We're going to start with a presentation. You had a great idea. Why don't you the question? We'd be happy to.
No, that just having Lucy here was a very good opportunity. We have never had a client before here, so we wanted to know your opinion about our session and your impressions, if you were willing to share them with us.
Yes.
Very useful for us.
Before everything, I want to thank all of you to allow me to be here and be part of these two interesting days. As a client, I feel part, as we should be in every day, a part of a team. Part of, we are not a marketing or the research company or agency. We are a team trying to understand what's happening in the market, what's happening in the clients or consumers' mind. So I have learned a lot of new techniques, the World's Cafe, your way of the pre-test, and now I have the curiosity to apply those techniques in my country. The segmentation, for instance, is very interesting also, no? Because it's a different point of view to reach the goal about the different ways of understanding, no? The customer needs, no? More tailor-made for them. So I would say in a few words that it was very interesting, learning a lot. For me, it was 2 days of learning, and my concern is when Juliana is going to do that and also very cheap, no? Because it's my second, as always, question. And thank you very much, and that's in a few words what I can say I have learned in these 2 days.
Great.
Thank
you very much. Lucy, the way it works is, since Juliana is a member, she can draw obviously on the knowledge and the resources immediately. If you're on her back enough, she will quickly do this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much also from our side.
Yes.
I know you have to slip out at 4 o'clock,
yes.
So don't be surprised when they run out. It's not because of us. Well,
no,
maybe too, but
we take a flight. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We just wanted to share you this study that we have been conducting for 16 years, since 1996. We have been studying the Colombian consumer lifestyle from a psychographic point of view. But the reason why we wanted to share this with you, I'm not going to show any results. I'm just going to show you the structure of the study, how it is conducted, what topics it covers. And the idea, or what I thought when I wanted to share it with you, is maybe from this kind of structure we can get out of ideas for conducting syndicated studies. The other thing is I'm going to tell you how we use it. What are the points, the starting points for conducting analysis when you use megatrends? So maybe we can have some ideas from here. Okay. As you all know, a psychographic study is based on understanding how the activities, interests, and opinions of the consumers. And what we do is trying to understand them related to 3 dimensions: the individual dimension, the social dimension, and the market dimension. What we tell our clients is that when they have a megatrends, they have like a dictionary of their consumer, or of the Colombian consumer in this case. It is not related to a specific category, but to general habits and to general attitudes and to general interest with regard to many topics. So it's very useful for stating hypotheses for working afterwards. With regard to the individual dimension, these are the topics or the contents of that particular dimension. These are all the topics that we cover. You can see we are always also trying to add new topics that are being important in our market. For example, in this case, the functional products that are having a very rapid development in Colombia, and there are many big companies trying to work on this. So when we see in the market are happening things, we try to identify them and add them to the study so that we're covering everything that is important related to consumer habits. And so these are the topics covered in that dimension, in the individual dimension. And here's something important also. There are not many studies who try to understand the consumer's personality, and that's a very rich variable from which our clients develop different strategies, different communications, campaigns, and things like that. This is a very important variable that we always include in our analysis when trying to understand a particular consumer. From the social point of view, we try to understand the interaction with consumers with their interaction groups, like with family, with friends, with community, in their neighborhood, and so on. And these are the kind of topics we cover: environment, family, trips, work, leisure time, how they spend their leisure time, and so on. And from the market point of view, these are the main topics we cover: shopping, brands, finance, media, possessions, technology. Technology, for example, has been, of course, becoming very important. And in addition, we cover, or we ask the consumers about 167 categories of products and services, just in terms of 5 variables: if they use that category or service or not, with what frequency, if they are consuming or using that category more, less, or equal than the year before, what's the main brand they use, and how they evaluate the relationship price quality for that particular category. Not for making an analysis of the category or of a brand in particular, but for understanding. I'll show you later, for example, heavy consumers of a category. Not a brand consumer, because then the sample size maybe will be too low for having a particular analysis of a brand, but for understanding the heavy consumers or the light consumers of a particular category. So this is how we use it. Of course, every client, we call, with regard to this study, we have partners. We call them partners. They buy the study and they get consultation hours for consulting hours for using it. So they get a presentation of Colombian consumer trends, a general presentation that all clients get, and afterwards they are able to use those consulting hours for making particular analysis that they need to have. So we sit with them, we try to understand what is their marketing plan for the year or for the next 2 years, and based on that, we define what type of analysis will be useful for them, what type of things they need to understand in that period of time, and we conduct those analyses in the term of the 2 years that they have to study. Then another starting point for analysis is the second one you see there: identification of lifestyles based in different variables of analysis. One is the demographic analysis. If I want to understand the low-income consumer segment of young people or any other demographic-based segment, then we start from there. Another starting point is the analysis of attitudes, interests, and opinions. Risk avoiders, for example, people who are risk avoiders, how are they in terms of their lifestyle? That's another starting point. Or consumption, as I was telling you, heavy consumers of a particular category, for example. And the other way we use it is for conducting segmentation studies, for example. But then it is more sophisticated in terms of we conduct multivariate analysis and try to segment the base of consumers we have, also starting from different type of variables.